There are a few important steps involved in successfully moving the fifth wheel in order to transfer the weight from the drive axles to the steering axle. Professional drivers must be familiar with how to slide the fifth wheel on their truck, otherwise they can easily damage the vehicle when maneuvering in tight spaces. This is an essential skill for a driver to learn. Steps to slide the fifth wheel on a semi-truck. Number 1. The first thing to do when getting ready to make adjustments to its position is to lower the landing gear enough to take the weight and pressure from the fifth wheel and the slider mechanism. This will make the adjustment easier on your truck, yet it won't add so much ground pressure to the landing gear that the legs begin to lift the drives off the ground and the truck loses traction. Number 2. First, the trailer brakes must be locked. Do this by pulling the brake pod on the dash of the truck. Number 3, the landing gear is already lowered. The next step is to pop the pins on the slider. There are 2 ways to do this. One by using the fifth wheel lock/unlock switch inside the cab of the truck, or second by using the handle located on the fifth wheel for older model trucks. Number 4, all drivers should know that it is important after flipping the fifth wheel switch to get out of the truck and visually check both pins to ensure that they have released properly. Number 5, keep these pins lubricated with a spray lubricant to keep them sliding freely. If these pins are stuck, it can be challenging to get them to release. What if the pins won't slide? Number 1, if one of the pins does not slide out and release, gently rock the tractor back and forth to release any pressure on the pins, allowing it to slide. Number 2, if the pin still does not release, listen for an air leak. Air pressure can pop these pins out, but if there is an air leak, there probably isn't enough pressure to allow the pins to release. Number 3, once both pins are out, slowly and carefully move the tractor slightly forward or backward, depending on where you need to move the weight. If you need more weight on the steering axle to get as close to the 12,000 pound allowance as possible, gently back the tractor further underneath the trailer. Number 4, keep a close eye on the distance between the front face of the trailer and the back of the tractor. If you're too close with the tractor to the trailer, it will destroy the swing dip clearance. If the tractor and trailer are too close to each other, they may hit when taking a corner or going up a driveway. You won't want to explain the big dents in the back of the cab to our safety department. This procedure may take a few attempts to get it right, but it will save you time and trouble at DOT scales. You should enter the highway scales confident your axle weights are correct every time. Remember, officers are not lenient when it comes to incorrect axle weights. As a professional commercial vehicle driver, make sure you know how to correctly slide the fifth wheel on your equipment you're using. It's an important part of the job. If you have any additional questions, reach out to our safety department or driver trainer.